Greetings from the Erie Coast. This is Matt, Shad, and Charity. And another episode of The Creek Still Flows. It's an interesting day here, Northeast Ohio. We've got a lot of wind. A lot of wind. A lot of leaves on the ground. Huh. Yeah, let's get stuck. That's a great idea. All right. And we're going to do a little walk and talk, I guess. See if the creek still flows. Which it does. So we've all seen things, heard things, wars and rumors of wars, all kinds of crazy things happening. Here, we're just standing by. We're standing by for winter. Yeah, that's what we're doing. Until then, we get to do what we want, which is walking around. Let's go. Yeah. Okay. A little treacherous. A little treacherous. There's a drop off down here. We get a chance to see the creek. Dang. I'll try to keep it on the trail here, but looks like somebody lost something. Here on the trail. Come on, Charity. Let's go. Dogs everywhere. All right. Charity. I know, you're doing your own thing. All right. So it'll be interesting. And over here. Hey, come here. Come here. This way. All right. Stay. Stay. Good girl. We have a dog. Stay. How are you doing? All right. Stay, Charity. Come. Let's go. Good girl. Good girl, Charity. Charity doesn't like other dogs. Only a select few. That's because of her breed, right? Rocky Mountain Feist, I guess. And of course her upbringing. She spent a lot of time fighting dogs all her life. She had a tumultuous life as a young girl, having to fight other dogs for food and for fun. It's terrible. And she came from a crack house. I mean, basically from a party house on the beach, in the middle of a swamp on a golf course, with like 12 people living in a house, and they're all doing crack, partying and shit. You know, it was just fun for them. I would love to see. Charity always overcame. She always overcame the other dogs, regardless of the size, regardless of the ferocity. She's an alpha bitch. What can I say? But Charity, come this way. Let's go. Try to find me a safe passage down here. Come on, girl. There you go. I have to check out the creek and get away from people. Just not feeling people today. I don't have to. All this here at my disposal. But we learn, right? We learn to be cordial, to be civil. Because we know that's the thing to do, right? We know the rules. You don't go out of your way to harm folks. You say please and thank you and excuse me. That's what we do. And we go with the flow. Like leaves on the water. We flow with the creek. So yes, the creek still flows. Sometimes, as leaves, we don't go with the flow. We bunch up, we stagnate, and we can actually stagnate the flow and divert it. So eventually there's some type of groundbreaking breakthrough, and we up, good girl. You're such a good girl. There you go. All right. I guess it's do what you want day. Yeah, as people, we're a lot like leaves from the creek. Humble beginnings on a tree, catching sunlight, feeding the massive tree that whence we came. And we're, of course, at some point in time, discarded. Or free to go our own way. So you could say that leaves on a tree, kind of like our childhood. Then soon, we're let loose to be either at the whims of nature, all the while thinking we're in charge. All right, Charity, steak. How you doing? Steak. Good girl. Howdy.
Hi.
Okay, go. Strange people. What was I saying? Yes. Trees, leaves. If we're lucky, we're leaves with seeds. Get to be scattered and grow more little trees that turn into big trees that produce more leaves and more seeds. Being dependent upon the sun, water, nutrients in the soil, taking root and growing and thriving and surviving and producing. And you'll have symbiotic relationships with bugs and birds and even animals. And we are indeed animals. All the while, the creek still flows. Wow, here's some big logs. This tree. Big, big sycamore tree. Looks like its brother. Ah, here's the tree. Look at that thing. Huge. We all think that we are special. Well, we are special. We are a very special species. We are endowed with our Creator with something called free will, imagination, motivation, inspiration. We have these things. We make amazing choices in life, and we create things and destroy things. All the while we believe that we are special. When ultimately we are just like the leaves on a tree. And in season we fall. Fall to the ground to become part of the soil, part of the landscape, to be blown around by the wind. Be trampled underfoot by man and beast. To once again be brought into the cycle of life. I like the metaphor of the trees, the leaves. And we all know that leaves, in their dry state, are flammable. Many fires are caused by lots of leaves kindling. So even these innocent little leaves can destroy a forest of trees from which they came from. Kind of like us. There's so many of us here on this island in the universe, this oasis in the universe. And yes, this is a self-correcting system. Absolutely. How'd you do that, Charity? All right, go ahead. Self-correcting system, yes. And the system is that creation breeds destruction, destruction breeds creation, so on and so forth. Hey, this way. Yeah, there you go. All right. Heel. Heel. Good girl. Howdy. All right. So even like the leaves, we are not alone. Ever. Life is a cycle. Cycle continues. So there's a break in the cycle. The conditions are met to continue the cycle again. Or a new cycle emerges. The break happens until a bridge is built. And the path continues. Now, unlike leaves, we can choose our own path. We can choose to take the path worn with travel, followed by everyone, or we can forge our own path. We have that choice, we have that decision. Either it's the path of least resistance, or the path of our own choosing. You are the decider. We decide what path we take, or if we want to just make our own path. Hey, look at you. Oh, look what I have found. Wow. Yeah. Looks like an old pin. Hey, this way. No, don't jump. Oh, wow, you're a badass. Woohoo, Charity. All right. Could have just went around. But, all right. Glad she didn't get herself hurt. Sometimes our paths cross. Sometimes we are on the same path with others. Sometimes it appears that we are all alone. Just like the leaves fall, we are never alone. Ever. That's the beauty of this system. Self-correcting system. Everything changes, everything is everything. And of course, law of cause and effect. And we can discuss duality, and yin and yang, and all that. But ultimately, it's up to us to walk that path. Charity's doing a lot of peeing. I got some folks up here ahead, up ahead. See dogs. If you walk a path enough, you get to know this path. You get to become masters of this path. Understand the complexities, the dangers, the advantages. We understand that path is ahead of us. We know the bends, we know the dangers, we know all that. Some people up ahead. Charity, heel. Heel. Hello. Charity, come. Family and their kids hanging out. Playing in the creek. The creek still flows. Come on, Charity. Charity, come. Hey, Charity, come. Let's go. Let's go. Charity, come. I find it best to just get the hell up out of here. You know, if people are trying to, enjoy their time, some creepy guy and a dog comes walking by. Let's go on edge. You can imagine so many leaves, so many threats. If every leaf was a threat, which they are, and can be at certain times. Even if you are the absolute biggest leaf, many, many leaves can take you down. All seen what leaves look like, all piled up. Oh, what do we have here? A fish sign. Oh, what do we have here? I can't see any fish in there. We're at the wrong angle. And then there are those that take those leaves and gather them up and bag them and burn them, and mulch them up, bring them to a useful purpose, or to discard them. And the leaves, as individual leaves, have no power and control over their environment, over the choices that they make. But we do. We can literally carve our name into the landscape, make our mark on nature and society. Yet the creek still flows. The creek does what it wants. Much like we do. Be wary of the berries that still remain. Treacherous. Treacherous is this trail. If I was by myself, I'd go that way. I don't know how Charity would do on that. Wow. Right here in front of us. Blocking the path. See these guys? Hey, mama. Hey, kid. Charity, on me. There's a path around them, which we're going to take. Hopefully they, I can smell them. Ooh. Come on, Charity. How you doing? It appears that we've walked right into the middle of a bunch of deer just doing their thing. Yeah, these berries, I don't think they're edible. These deer are not eating them. This is recent. Come on, Charity. To the path. Creek still flows. And with it, all the leaves that it gathers along the way. It's a wildlife here. Come on, Charity. What you doing? Leaves, people. Very similar. Can be blown around, moved around, can cover the earth. No guidance, purpose, and direction. They just lay there. Till wind blows. Till they break down and become part of the soil. We have some kids. Father and his kids on the trail. All right, Charity, come. Charity, come. Can take another path. Check out the archive videos of this trail. It was all green and luscious. Blooms. Now all husk of tree, dead material, dead leaves everywhere. So is that the truth? We're all that's partial truth. We are dead leaves. You just don't know we're dead yet. Don't understand why we're here. Doesn't matter why we're here. We're here. Doesn't matter the causation of our plot existence. Come, Charity. We got some baby deer running. 3 so far. Charity, come. Really? See what she decides to do. There you go. There you go. Good girl. You're a badass. Jumping off bridges. Huh. Appears this is the place where they threw the pumpkins. Yeah. Cool. Threw them off the cliff. Dirty steak. Yes, indeed. The creek still flows. Does the creek still flow inside you? Oh, I'm losing grip. Hey, none was the wiser. So much to learn from the life around us and the unlife around us. All right, Charity. Sudden blackbird excursion. Look at this. Whatever is there, they dig it. They have freedom. Freedom to do what they wish. Freedom to go where they wish. Freedom to eat what they wish. So do we. But do we really have true freedom? Or are we just existing how we can? We are in a Goldilocks zone. Do you have the freedom to live on Mars? You have your freedom to live on Pluto, Venus, the sun. No, not really. There's confinements and restraints to our existence. Can't go too far up there. Oh, we gotta watch out for falling things. Widowmakers, they call them. In my case, it'd just be dead shad. Oh wow, 1, 2, 3 dogs. But we have been places. And some would argue that's where we came from. Always with the signals. Life does truly find a way. If certain requirements are met. Water, temperature, organic material, oxygen, things of that nature. You know, the basics. A lot of these things don't exist on other planets, other planes of existence. Yet we've been to one of the most inhospitable places that we could get to, and that was the moon. That's pretty fucking amazing. How we got there, planning, everything it took to get there. The resources, the mentality, the learning, everything it took to get there. And we've been there several times. I'm not going to argue the fact that, yeah, it's, you know, oh, it was all just a movie. Of course it was a movie. Everything's a movie. We are all actors in this movie. We exist because of that explosion going on up there. Constant explosion. We are just far enough away. We don't burn up. Just close enough that we can enjoy the heat and create chemical and physical properties that are conducive for life. Create organic material. So even though I like to think of us as leaves, we have evolved. We have evolved, and we're still evolving. And with that comes some growing pains. Charity. Shift left. Shift right. Stay. Q. Good girl. Good girl. There you go. All right. Good girl, Charity. I don't like to videotape people, you know. It's that thing. A lot of people don't want to be seen, right? All right, Charity. Charity. Heel. Heel. Good girl. Steak. Good girl. So we've taken the path Lee's taken, and now we're taking the path, middle path, really. You know, this is the middle path. There's another, the main path is over there. by the road. See that? The road where cars drive. Then there's a path where people ride their bikes, run. Then there's this path. People have a casually little stroll through the woods on a nice flat surface, well known, free of all kinds of dangers. And there's the other path, the other side, by the creek. Path wrought with dangers and possibilities and all kinds of other things. And even when you think you're alone there, somebody shows up. Hey, howdy, stranger. Just passing through. Amazing. Enjoying this path not taken. You know? So that's where we came from, where the creek is. Yep. Good girl. Hi. Ooh. Interesting. I like that path. Sometimes I like this path. You know? Sometimes it's good to travel all the paths. See where they lead. See what's on them. See what kind of experiences we can learn from. You never know. Hi. Truly never alone. That's true. I believe that. I know this. I know this. Because if we were truly alone, none of this would work. None of this would be here. Be like Pluto, be like Mars, like Neptune. Devoid of all recognizable life. Sentient life. There's only one cycle in those places. It's death. Devoid of life. Things affect the unliving. The rocks, methane oceans. There's no life. Not that we know. Of course, we can only know what we see, what we can perceive, what we can guess, speculate, theoreticalize, hypothesize. See where we're going with that? Here, we have proof. I think, therefore I am. I fart, therefore I am. And there's some that argue that those places are better because they are devoid of life. They are devoid of problems. There's only one path there. Here, there's multiple paths. And we walk these paths. We walk down these. We experience them. There's no one there to experience those paths on those other planets, those other places of existence. which hold non-existence as the law of nature. Yet here we are, constantly fighting, constantly arguing, constantly striving to do away with all this. And we can, for a certain amount of time. Like I said, it's a self-correcting system. Whether that's a physical thing or a spiritual thing endowed by our Creator. Welcome to the Goldilocks zone. Blessed. I'm not a religious person, not in the sense of mainstream religion, but I do understand mainstream religion. And I can truly say, we are blessed. But to hang on to this blessing, we must be strong enough. That's what we don't realize. We take all this for granted. Then one fell swoop, this all can be taken away. As theoretically all planets can be taken away. All lives can be extinguished. I really believe that Mars was inhabited at one point in time. I have no evidence of this. The only evidence I have is, well, it had water. So it's only a matter of time before we actually find some type of evidence, some type of civilization, some type of fossils, something hidden deep in the rocks. We're just out in the open. That's going to be exciting. But it's going to be like, well, I kind of knew that all along. Yeah. I don't know, as a kid, I loved John Carter's Warlord of Mars. Great, I loved it. You know, this idea that there was this type of life, this society, this civilization that lived on Mars. And yeah, it's possible. I don't know. Maybe we'll come to that understanding one day. The theories, possibilities of the past. Does that give us some type of insight into the future? I think so. Meanwhile, the creek still flows. We flow with it. That's how this thing works. That's how it all works. You're a good girl, Charity. All right. Steak. Like, huh. Isn't that the truth? Your deepest roots are in nature. Yeah, I think so. I know so. So once again, this has been Charity, Mad Shad, encouraging you all to get outside, see the world that you're a part of, whether you like it or not. We are here. You are here. You know, like the map you see in the mall? That dot, you are here. All right. Hey. Attacked by leaves here. Stay, Charity. Stay. Good girl. Nope. Stay. Hi. Sure. Her name is Charity.
What's her name?
Charity. Yep. She loves people. Yep. Have a good day. There we go, folks. Another episode of The Creek Still Flows. Me and Charity. Encouraging you all to get out there and see what's going on. See what you're a part of. Till next time. Take care.